Hi everybody, it's Kayla, and welcome back to Fixer Upper, the show where I usually attempt to fix up your houses, and I swear we'll start doing that again after I finish this god-awful build this week, because we finally fixed Del Sol Valley after this one. It took us a long time, because everything in Del Sol Valley is unbearable and awful, but you didn't hear that from me. Today we are attempting to fix what is possibly the single worst build of all time. I'm gonna explain to you why I feel this way, but this build, it took me hours and hours to do, 2 separate attempts. I streamed this 3 times. It took me 3 separate streams to finish this renovation. I also tried it the first night I had Get Famous, and I ended up giving up after like 3 hours because I couldn't fix it. Like, this build, it's a big box. And it's an ugly big, like, look at the back. It's just, you know when you build your first ever Sims house and you're like, okay, big box, windows everywhere, and then you just kind of put in all the things. You're like, oh wait, they have like a sleeping pod and a vault and fountains, and you just put like everything down that's cool, and you're like, oh, I can paint, oh, I can do this, and like it's your first time playing Sims, and so you're just really excited about everything. That's what this build looks like to me. Am I wrong? I don't think so. And they also have like these floating pools and stuff that just don't make sense. Like, I don't understand. And also, I'm sorry, do you see a toilet in this bathroom? Because I don't. Why are all the builds in Del Sol Valley missing toilets? And, hang on, the placement of this shower and this glass door. What's up with that? Like, anyway, that's the build. And it so desperately needs help. I changed it, like, completely. Because it's impossible to fix. I'm being so mean about it, but, like, you guys don't understand how awful this is. I mean, you can tell. But, like, the big empty box, like, I kind of like the open aspect of it. Like, the floor plan is kind of fun. But, again, it's just a big empty box. Like, there's nothing. There's no interest. It just, sorry, I'm getting stressed. I'll get over it. I'll be fine. I kind of like the whole, like, second floor is the first floor aspect, but it wasn't executed well. And so today, I'm not even gonna do like a tab mode tour, because what is there to see? It's just a box. Because okay, let's go to tab mode and do a quick tour, you guys. Okay, so here we are. Here's the house. That's it. Yeah, I don't know. It's also not that big of a mansion, all things considered. Like, it's on this giant 64 by 64 lot, and it's 1 bedroom. I'm gonna call it like 1.5 bedrooms, because these are sleeping pods. But like, I don't know, what's going on here? I don't know. We're gonna stop. We're gonna go ahead though and jump right on in to the renovation. Okay, so we are back and we are fixer-uppering this house. I can't even call it a house. This monstrosity, this abomination, if you will. I don't know, this thing is deeply upsetting to me. And I wish that it wasn't this way. I wish that Del Sol Valley wasn't this way. But luckily, as of this house being done, I have officially finished fixing Del Sol Valley. Although, wait, I still want to rebuild the lot where, okay, I have one more lot to do in like the cheaper area. I'm trying to replace all those lots, like all the mansions I'm fixing, and I'm trying to replace all of the lots over there in like a smaller, cheaper neighborhood with like duplex type things. So I built on the wide lot. There's like 3 starter homes on one lot, and then there's like a couple duplexes on the other 2, because I want it to look more full and less empty, and like there are more lots, because I figure like they would have a bunch of tiny lots and like tiny houses over there for like these up and coming starter homes that are like affordable maybe, but instead there's just these big empty lots, and it's so weird looking and I don't understand. So I'm fixing it. But I have one more of those to do, and then I have completely redone all of Del Sol Valley. And I'm going to release my updated simsie save, hopefully this weekend, if I can get it done in time. I know it's taking a long time to do, but I'm trying to, like, redo. I usually build less in the simsie save. Like, I renovate everything, but it doesn't take as long as, like, rebuilding things, because you're just fixing what already exists. And, like, the base game, for example, is actually much easier to fix than Del Sol Valley. Who knew? Because, like, the lots that I was doing, like, the museum, took me so long. Like, I could have, in the time that it took me to do the museum, done all of the community lots in Willow Creek. Like, fixed them all. But the museum was so horrible that it took me hours upon hours to fix. I'm sorry, I don't mean to complain this much about Del Sol Valley. I wish that it wasn't the case, to be honest, because this place is, so disappointing. Speaking of things that are disappointing, I have a confession to make, my friends, because here's the thing. I think we've all been there in this situation, and I understand that, like, this might come as a shock to you, But I actually hate myself. And this morning, this is so lame, I know, but like listen, I think we've all been there, so I'm going to tell you the story anyway. I was crying like all day about being very lonely and not having any friends this morning, because I've got like some stuff going on. I didn't want to be alone tonight because got some stuff going on, and so I was like a little bit stressed about it and like kind of sad, and I was like, wow, I don't have anyone to invite over. Like I don't have any friends that I could like invite over to my house tonight because I don't have any friends. And then I'm gonna cry again. I'm good though, because like all of my friends, my closest friends live in like England, so they can't just come over and like hang out with me when I need some company, and like I have my mom all the time, but that, it's not, but anyway, I was really sad about it, cried for like hours, and then like 30 minutes ago, one of my high school best friends who happens to be in town because she's back from college, like she goes to school kind of far away, she's back in town right now still for Christmas break, and she texted me and she was like, hey, you want to hang out tomorrow? And it made me so happy. Like I haven't seen her in like a year, like since last Christmas break, and it made me so happy to like hear from her, and because I miss her a lot, and like the fact that she reached out, like the timing of her reaching out today, because the thing is, I probably should have reached out to her first if I was feeling this lonely, but in my mind, I was like, no one wants to hang out with me, I suck, and so I didn't, and then she reached out to me, and she was like, hey, you want to hang out tomorrow? And she didn't know I was having a bad day, and like, it made my day so much better, like, I don't know, so I've been like crying about it, because I'm so excited, and that's the story, is that she came at a very good time to reach out to me, and I'm just really grateful for her. So shout out Kylie one time. But anyway, that's my plans for later today. I'm gonna hang out with Kylie, I think. So I don't know. I might not stream tonight because of that, but I'll keep you posted in my Discord. But yeah, we really are out here, team. We really are. How lame is that, though? Like, the fact, like, I am so surrounded by people that care about me. I have, like, really great friends, and I have all of you guys, and I still feel like everyone hates me, and that I hate myself a lot, and, like, how? Why? Because, like, I know that I have people that care about me in my life. Why do I still feel this way? And I think that maybe it's reassuring to know that I hate myself, right? Ugh. But we're good. I don't mean to like get dark or anything, because I really am okay. It just comes in waves, everyone has got bad days sometimes, and that's fine. Anyway, back to the house. I actually, in my Simsie save, which is a save file, in case you didn't know, I renovated the entire Sims 4. I basically fixed all the community lots to make them better. I, like, added basketball courts into the gym in Willow Creek and, like, did all kinds of stuff to fix things. I made all new townies for all the empty lots. I replaced all the empty houses with new houses that I've built. And so it's got, like, hundreds of new Sims and all these new lots and fixed everything. And I've spent, like, the past, like, 2 years working on it. And I update it for every pack, and it's taken me a long time to fix Red Elsa. And I update it for every pack, obviously, but it's taken a long time for Get Famous to fix this one because it's so bad. But we're getting so close to the fixed version, so that's awesome and great and fun. But I actually, in my Sims Day, the point is that I moved the Bailey Moon family into this household because their house, I actually, in the past, had renovated already that house for my Sims, the Gilmore Gurus, which I'll explain their storyline to you in a second, but I had already fixed the existing Bailey Moon house for the Gilmore Gurus to, like, have enough space for their, like, big family and toddler and stuff. And the Bailey Moon family, if you don't know these townies, they're the ones that have the child named Orange. The man, his name is Thorin Bailey. He has, like, he's a big star. He's got, like, the blonde hair, You might recognize them then. But yeah, I moved them into this house so that I could give their house to my Gilmore Gurus family that already fixed it for. Because, like, the Gilmore Gurus, basically the storyline is that there's this Sim, Charles Gilmore, similar to and inspired by James Charles, who is a mega famous beauty guru. And so he, like, that house, I renovated it to have, like, a beauty studio and, like, filming studio and stuff in it. Like, I have, like, all, like, the get to work, like, light setup and things like that. And so I've already fixed it for them, and I didn't want to, like, put the Bailey Moons there, and I didn't want to fix it again for the Bailey Moons. And I also have my Gilmore Gurus in the save, so I was like, okay, I'll put them in that house, and then we'll redo the Bailey Moons house and move them over here. And it's weird because I never in my Simsie save ever move existing townies. Like, I never move, like, the land grabs into a different house. But listen, I would do anything for Charles Gilmore. I would sell my soul for Charles Gilmore so he gets a nice house, okay? And that's the tea. I'll link that renovation down below of the Bailey Moon house because I'm sure you guys might maybe want to see it. I don't know. I said I'm sure, but I'm not quite so sure. In case you want to see it, it's linked. I'll also link a podcast that I did with my high school friend Kylie like 2 years ago if you want to see that, because I miss my friend Kylie and I'm going to hang out with her later, so maybe you can like see what's up there. You know what I mean? But anyway, we fixed the house. I love those Gilmore family members, though, because the storyline, basically, Charles Gilmore got, like, mega famous on this beauty guru stuff on his YouTube channel, and then his family was like, internet fame? You're making a lot of AdSense money, And so they started kind of riding off of it, and they made a family vlog channel, and then, like, had another baby for views. And so they have these 2 teenage children, and then also a toddler, because they had this baby for views, and the storyline is so dumb behind them, but, like, I just love it. All my Sims in my Simsie save have these detailed, ridiculous backstories like that one, and you can read about them. I've worked so hard. I have so many townies. So many weird things are going on. Like, there's just, I've spent so long working on these Sims that they all have a very special place in my heart, okay? Like, we also have, obviously, everyone's favorite Sim ever, mega famous celebrity bowler Tommy Oaks, who is a, mega famous celebrity bowler. Before we even had celebrities. Both of these Sims I made long ago before we had celebrities. But Tommy Oaks, his parents, like, I picture his mom being kind of like your classic, like, cheer mom or dance mom or whatever, where she's, like, totally living vicariously through her kid and their, like, athletic activities and athletic prowess and stuff. But Tommy is a bowler, and they only love him because he's good at bowling, and it's, like, a whole thing. It's a very toxic household, but he's a 1-star celebrity now. It would get famous. And so listen, I care a lot about these people, okay? I'm very proud of them, and you should check them out, all right? Charles Gilmore, he lives up here in Del Sol Valley, and Tommy Oaks lives in Oasis Springs, in case you were curious. If you ever download the Simsie Save, you can check them out. I'll link my past version down below, and then when I finish updating the Simsie Save, you'll be able to get the new one when it comes out. Again, it's going to be this weekend, probably. I'll post a video about it when I post it. If it's not this weekend, it'll be soon. Again, I'm just trying to make it the best that I can, okay? Like, I've gone in recently, and I spent a lot of time yesterday going through and trying to fix all of my bathrooms to be gender neutral, which seems like a dumb thing, I understand, but here's my reasoning behind it. One, I have a strong opinion, I can't talk, that gendered bathrooms in The Sims are so pointless and just more inconvenient than anything. Because, for example, I'm gonna reference the karaoke bar in San Myshuno. The fancier one with just the one karaoke machine, not like the one that's like out in the Spice District, like the other one. And in that karaoke bar, there's 2 bathrooms. One's a male one, one's a female one, obviously. And the thing is, when the walls are cut away, you can't see the doors, so you don't know which bathroom is which one. So you'll have your Sim just like go to the, like, you'll click on a toilet and be like, yeah, go to the bathroom, and then they'll wave their arm and be like, oh no, I can't go in there, and then it gets annoying and you have to like go to the other one. It's so dumb. Like, gendered bathrooms in The Sims are just more annoying than anything else. And so there's that reasoning. And also, it's so easy to not, like, to just have gender neutral bathrooms in The Sims. Like, it's such an easy way to be more inclusive, and it makes your gameplay easier. So, like, why not? So I've been going through and fixing all of them to not be, like, gendered and stuff, and I spent a lot of time yesterday doing that, like, checking every build to make sure the bathrooms are all fine. And the thing is, here's my issue with this, right? Because we have, in the base game, there are 3 bathroom doors. There's one, the cheapest door, that has 3 swatches. There's like a red swatch, a gray swatch, and like a teal swatch. And then there's nicer doors in the base game that came in an update, I feel like, that are like one male one female one. And they have all kinds of swatches, and they're like prettier, like fancier looking doors. But in that like prettier, fancier looking door, we don't have like a gender neutral swatch. Like the sticker on it is just like a girl in a dress or like a man. But like, why isn't there a version of that door that works for both? Like, why isn't there like a neutral one? I don't understand. So why don't we have fancy doors that are gender neutral? And like, you could just use regular doors, obviously, but like, what if I want a bathroom door? So I complained a lot about that yesterday on stream. This is me using my platform to ask for an update of that door that is not gendered. I feel like that wouldn't be hard to do either. Like, it's just like you change the sticker on it, and then maybe like fix the lock settings so that it does, I don't know. It seems very dumb to me that we don't, like, all you have to do is make it so it's just like a regular door with a different sticker. Like, that doesn't seem like it would be a hard thing to add, and it shouldn't not exist. So, I don't know. That's my opinion. Updated everything wrong with Sims 4 build mode coming soon. Gonna complain again, because there are some things that I'm aware, like, that for inclusivity that I'm aware are much more difficult to update. For example, like, the fact that we have all of the clothing available for all genders now, like, you can make it so that feminine framed sim can wear masculine clothing, or masculine marked clothing, I mean. But a lot of times the clothing looks kind of weird on that sim, like, it doesn't fit properly. And I understand that it would be very impossible to go back through the entire catalog and, like, change that. Like, it would be really hard to make that happen. Like, that is a lot of work and hard to justify doing. But, like, fixing a bathroom door is not a difficult thing to do. And I don't understand why we don't have that. Like, and the fact that they went through and re-tagged everything to already work on different frames is amazing and incredible. And, like, I don't think we can, I don't know, it would be very difficult to make them all look nice. Like, you have to recreate everything, and that's just not gonna happen, I don't think. But anyway, I'll stop talking about this. Yesterday on my stream, we were getting really emotional and stuff. It was kind of a wild time. But anyway, we really are out here. I can't believe I'm talking about this on my video too. I'm sorry for talking about it so much. I care about these things, and I want people to feel represented in these ways, because it's just, this kind of thing is so easy to do, and it's a game where you're supposed to be able to represent yourself, and, like, I feel like you should be able to do that easily. So anyway, fix the bathroom doors. Okay, I swear I'll stop now. Look at this kitchen. Wow, really exciting stuff. Anyway, not that it's a bad, okay, wait, hold on, one more thing. Not that it's a bad thing to talk about this stuff. I just don't want to, like, I don't know, I don't want to over talk about it and, like, I don't want you guys to click off the video. I want you to listen to what I have to say, so I swear I will stop now. Okay, I'm, like, backtracking, not to dig myself a hole or anything. But anyway, follow me on Twitch and Twitter and stuff. Am I right, guys? Yeah, what a voiceover this has been, huh? Happy New Year. Anyway, I was yesterday, because okay, here's a weird thing. Whenever, my schedule's all kinds of messed up because of, like, all the holidays and stuff, and, like, the pack release. Since Get Famous came out, my schedule's been, like, all wacky, because I messed with it to post Get Famous videos, and then it was, like, the holiday time, and it keeps getting worse and worse. And so I usually would post, like, Let's Plays every week and stuff like that, but I've been posting a lot of, like, more one-off videos and things, because I want to post, like, special videos for holidays and things like that. I don't want to post, like, Generations episode 7 on Christmas. Like, that would be kind of lame, so I'm trying to make special content for these things. And, like, yesterday, January 1st, I wanted to make, like, a special, like, first video of the year, because, again, I can't very well post, like, Generations episode 7 on the first day of the year. Like, that seems kind of lame, right? And so I tried to make something special, and so I spent a long time in the morning writing a couple videos. I was gonna write a video, like, and Everything Wrong with The Sims 4, like, part 2, but, like, about Cass. So I kind of wrote a script-ish for that, and then I wrote another video that was, like, what do I want to see this year in The Sims 4? Like, what to expect. And I also wrote a video about, see, I was, like, rising and grinding yesterday morning about this stuff. Like, my Sims commentary type stuff. I wrote a video also about, like, why the 2018 was, I think, the best year of The Sims history, and I, like, did all this research comparing, like, pack releases and all the patch content and stuff like that, as opposed to, like, 2017 versus 2018, which year was a better year for The Sims 4, because 2017 we got, like, toddlers and cats and dogs and all kinds of big packs, but, like, 2018 we got 2 expansion packs. Like, both were big years for The Sims 4, and I wrote this whole video, like, comparing the two, which I understand most people don't care as much as I do about this stuff, but, like, I've been having so much fun making these, like, Sims theory type videos and stuff, because I've made 2. I made one video where I went back and I, like, talked about everything wrong with build mode in The Sims 4, which I mentioned earlier, but I basically just, like, complained about, like, swatch issues and, like, things that I wish were different in build mode. And I made another one where I ranked all of the packs, like the best and worst of The Sims 4, which I'll link both of those down below. Actually, I'll link a playlist. I might make more in the future, so I'll link the playlist. But I've had so much fun making them, because I just love talking Sims stuff like that. Like, I love talking about The Sims. And so, like, I love playing The Sims, but I also love talking about it, because I care a lot about the game, obviously. And so I've been having a great time making those videos. And I wrote 3 more. So you might see those coming soon. I almost posted one yesterday, but then I because I wrote 3 scripts yesterday morning. I say scripts, they aren't quite scripts, they're more like outlines, but I like wrote everything for 3 of them, and then I cut it too close to upload time, and I was like, I'm not gonna have time to edit these properly, so I didn't record one yesterday, because I didn't want to like rush it out, and instead I made a speed build that ended up being posted late, because it took me so long to build. I did this like base game mansion, modern mansion. I'm trying to branch out with my builds too. 2019 is the year of Simsie branching out. What does that mean? I don't know. We'll see. But I've been trying some new stuff, okay? And I've been having fun. So I like doing different builds. This one especially was very different for me. I don't think it turned out very well, to be honest. But like, think about what I was working with. You know, like how is this build gonna turn out well? It's a mess. It's a mess. But I tried my best to do it to the best of my ability. So there's that. But yeah, I've been doing some different things. Like I did that modern mansion. I did this modern mansion. I did like a Greek-inspired villa and stuff. And so you know what? We're doing okay for ourselves. We're doing all right for ourselves, folks. I'm sorry for saying that. Ew. Oh, yikes. Anyway, I did stream this, by the way, not to plug. I know I keep mentioning my streams. I always feel bad doing that, like being like, hey guys, on stream we did this. But it's just the fact that streaming, because I'm streaming every day for like 3-4 hours a day. Like streaming is such a big part of my life. Like I spend more time sometimes, about equal time on my videos and my streams every day. And so like, I don't know, man. It's a big part of my life, and so I talk about it a lot because it's like, I don't know, the highlight of my day. Every day is like hang out with you guys on Twitch. So I don't mean to be like, oh yeah, by the way, on Twitch, follow me on Twitch, on Twitch, on Twitch, on Twitch. But I do stream all the time, so like it just comes up in conversation. Okay, I'm really sorry, and I also stream my builds a lot of the time, so. It's a big part of my life. I'll stop, I promise. I do the same thing about my YouTube videos on Twitch, though. I kind of just assume that everyone on Twitch has seen my YouTube video for the day, which I know is not true, but, like, I kind of have an assumption that, like, you guys don't watch my streams. Like, I have this idea in my head, like, okay, my YouTube audience doesn't watch my streams, but my Twitch audience must watch my YouTube videos, like, obviously, which none of that is true. Like, a lot of you guys watch my streams, and a lot of them don't watch my videos, but, like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, YouTube's the bigger audience, so obviously, like, everyone's seen all my videos, obviously, but no, why would you watch my videos? They're terrible, you know what I mean? I'm sorry. I work really hard on my videos, okay? They're not terrible. Please don't call them terrible. I'll get really upset. Ooh, hang on. Sorry to get distracted, but my landscaping, I tried something a little bit new with it in this build, and I tried to make it very simple, and I had these big patches of just flowers, and I kind of loved it. So, I don't know. I know it's kind of weird, but I kind of liked how it looked. I also have a tiny guest house, like, wing off the side of the build, kind of as like an ode to the old weird pool wings they had, but I didn't want to keep the pool wings. So there's a lot of water in this house, and there's the like guest house wing, or like butler wing by chance. It has like a kitchenette and a bathroom and a bedroom and like a tiny living space, but I picture like the butler could live here. You just lock up the butler in there, and then that's kind of fun though. Plus, like, this house is the perfect butler house. Like, the perfect house to have a butler. Like, if you're gonna live in this mansion, in, like, the most expensive place in the entire Sims, like, you would have a butler, obviously. So, which, in case you didn't know this, I realized that people ask me in my stream about butlers a lot. Whenever I mention, like, butlers or, like, butlers' quarters, they're like, what do you mean? Butlers? We have butlers in The Sims? Yeah, they came in Vintage Glamour stuff. So if you have the Vintage Glamour stuff pack, you can hire a butler, and they come and, like, live at your house. You assign them a bed, and then they, like, you can make them cook and clean for you and stuff like that. They're kind of nice. I never play with them. I think I've had a butler in, like, one Let's Play. In my Black Widow challenge, I had a butler, but then he cheated on my nanny, so I killed him. So it wasn't very long lasting, but I just spoiled my Black Widow challenge. I'm so sorry. That was one of my favorite Let's Plays ever, by the way. My Black Widow challenge, I haven't done it in a while. It's over now. But I posted like 50 episodes of the Black Widow challenge, and it got wild. Like, I love those Sims. Phoebe, what a gal. She had 10 husbands, and she killed every single one of them. I mean, she technically had 11 husbands, and she killed all of them, but one of them got brought back to life. Because, no spoilers or anything, this isn't really a spoiler, because, like, I feel like you find out pretty early on in the Let's Play, but she had a goal in life to marry 10 people and kill them all for money, and, like, live in their house and marry them and whatever. But but she also had a boyfriend, and so she never liked her husbands at all. She, like, always, like, Jeffrey Landgrab, who's actually in love with Jeffrey Landgrab? Nobody. But Phoebe would, like, marry Jeffrey and, like, you know, live in his house, kill him and his wife, all that stuff. But she had this boyfriend, Tag, who she actually loved. And so he was like her little side boyfriend her whole life. But she killed him by accident once. I killed him by accident once. You see, he lived in my household with me because we ended up dating and then marrying his best friend. And so they were roommates. And we moved into their house, and I didn't want him to catch me cheating on him with his best friend. So when I, like, got engaged to the best friend, I locked him in his bedroom so that he wouldn't see me cheating on him. And then he ended up peeing his pants because he was locked in there. And so I was like, oh no, Tag, I'm so sorry. I unlocked the door, let him out, and then he went into the bathroom to take a shower, walked in on Phoebe's daughter, who was also showering, got super embarrassed, like more embarrassed than he already was for peeing his pants, and then dropped dead. And so, classic case of a Sims disaster. But I did that. I ruined him. I killed Tag. And then I added him back to my household as a ghost, and he lived with me my entire, like, the rest of the Let's Play. And my whole goal in life was to make Ambrosia and bring him back to life. And I got there in the end. We brought him back to life. As soon as she finished murdering all of her husbands, she brought Tag back, and it was like true love, you know? It was really cute. So, and like she had twins, her first children were twins, and everyone thought that they were her first husbands, but they were Tag's all along. So like she had these twins with Tag, and like he raised them. He didn't even know they were his when he was raising them, but he still loved them because, like, you know, and it was really beautiful. It was a beautiful story about, you know, cheating and murder and stuff. You should watch the Let's Play. I just told the whole story of it, but it's a really fun Let's Play, and I had a good time playing it. I love to play dumb Sim saves like that, where, like, you get really detailed in a backstory, and it's, like, kind of a ridiculous one, but it's, like, kind of plausible, you know, I had, like, a nanny and a butler, and they had an affair, and, like, it's just little stuff like that, you know? Very, very plausible, like murdering your boyfriend, and then him being a ghost and bringing him back to life, normal stuff, you know what I mean? But it's just fun to get a little ridiculous in the game, and also get, like, really story detailed, and, like, I don't know. I'm lame. I am a simmer, okay? I'm aware of this. I am, like, peak, like, obsessed with the game simmer, and that's fine. I think that a lot of us here are, and I have been this way for a long time, and it just keeps getting worse. I mean, I make Sims content on the internet for a living. Quite literally. I am a professional simmer, okay? Oh boy. Professional simmer. We're getting kind of wild up in here, you guys. But just in case you were curious, professional simmer, that's me. I'm just saying. But we're getting pretty close to the end of the video here, so I'll probably start wrapping it up. Don't cut off yet, though. We have, like, a couple minutes left of screenshots and stuff. Don't do anything dumb. You don't want to miss out. There's some really good screenshots I took of myself. I watched Gabby Hanna. She posted a YouTube video where she, like, reflected on her year and, like, addressed things and stuff, and I watched it earlier, and she talked a lot about people, like, sharing her life on the internet, like, about the vlog squad and, like, all this drama that happened and how nothing actually happened, people just assume, and it stressed me out a lot because I relate a lot to, like, people feeling entitled to learn things about my life, not really to the scale of her, but, like, it stressed me out so much this morning, like, hearing her cry about, like, having a hard year, because, like, big relate, and then, like, hearing her get stressed about people, like, worrying about who she's friends with and, like, stressing about that, because people are so rude to, like, not to me, but, like, to big YouTubers. Like, the way that people interact with them, they feel so entitled to know everything about their lives, and, like, just because someone chooses to share some part of their life with you does not entitle you to know everything about their life. Like, they're allowed to have private aspects of their personal life. The comments, some of them were like, you share your life online, you have to tell us the whole story. That's not how it works. She can tell you whatever she wants. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna get upset again. But I felt so bad this morning about that. There I was crying about being friendless and about Gabby Hanna having a hard time. Like, I swear I'll go now. I'm okay. What a wild video, you guys. But make sure to go ahead and leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those fun YouTube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I post new videos every single day. And so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. We really are out here, team. What is even going on today? I'm talking so fast. I said so many things. I don't even know what we've talked about today. It was like a podcast. Sorry, I guess. I don't know.